Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, one of the YouTubers that watch my channel made a suggestion on one of the other videos on working on the Karmann rusty door hinges. And what that was, we were dealing with hinges that the screws on the hinges were very hard to get out. Tried getting them out and eventually ended up having to drill them out. And one of the common tools that you use when you're trying to get one of those removed is called an impact driver. Impact driver basically takes bits in it, and on the inside of the arbor here, it has a bit of a turn to it. So when you smack the backside of it with a hammer, it drives the bit into the screw, plus turns it very slightly. So it kind of keeps it from ripping out of the screw. The problem is with that is, first, that you're kind of really driving hard on whatever you're trying to hit. It's really getting tortured. In this case, it kind of actually bent the metal in where the hinge was. Here's the hinge. From me hammering on it, trying getting it out, I actually kind of recessed the hinge a little bit and had to go bend it back into place. After that, I couldn't get it. Finally ended up having to go drill them out. Well, the suggestion was a different tool that kind of came out in the market, and what that tool is called is a shake and brake. Shake and brake is attachment that goes to your air hammer, and this is what it looks like. So what it has goes on your air hammer, same idea. Takes the same style of bits, you probably use the same ones over, but it has also a handle on the side of it. So as you're running the air impact hammer on it, you can put pressure on it to rotate it whatever direction you want. You want to loosen it or tighten it to give it some influence. I've tried it. I love it. I just kind of wanted to share that with you. I'm going to go show you on the car in a minute, but I want to share that with you. I don't know if it's new to market or not. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm in no affiliation with them. I just wanted to share it for other people who deal with things like this, that there's another way to get around it. And, as long as you have, compressed air to run your air hammer. Let me get a sec to get set up. We'll get into the car and we'll give her a shot. All right, so we're over on the passenger side of the Karmann that I was working on, and I replaced the door hinge on the other side, and that's the one that we had a problem with. So we're going to go over to the passenger side, just kind of reenact the same thing. I changed out the impact hammer just so I can show you. This one gives you a little bit more of a visual. If you can see, watch that line in there, you can see that the cam that it turns on. So as you hit this with a hammer, it essentially turns the bit to drive it. So again, it holds it into the screw as you hit it, so it doesn't want to pop out, rip the threads out, and gives a twisting motion at the same time. So that's the idea behind that. Well, pretty much it's the same idea with the air hammer. Does the same thing, but it gives you just that much more control. Plus, instead of one hit at a time, it's giving you, probably 300 hits in a minute. So we'll give her a shot. See how well that works? And tightening it too. Apologize for the noise alert. But see, you get the idea how that works. I do find that very handy. It was about 50 bucks. Again, I ordered it on eBay, and it took about 3 or 4 days to come in. Not sponsoring it or anything. I just figured I'd share that with you for all those who deal with this kind of thing. It seems it's definitely going to be a game changer for getting this kind of hardware that's been stuck out. Good, probably like for motorcycle cases and that kind of thing too, where they want to rip out real easy. But it just gives that shaking down the length of the threads of the bolt to actually kind of help break loose some of the rust too. And you can kind of feel with the lever how much it is or is not going, if it's starting to turn or not. You can kind of work it back and forth, but it just seems very fast for pulling out hardware. All right, guys, real quick one. Just want to share that with you. Thank you all for kind of hanging out with me, and see you in the next one. Later. In case you want to look it over, there's the info on it. You can freeze that and check it out.